Alright, how's it going everybody? And today we are looking at a $1,000 gaming PC build. Now this is the Intel based gaming PC build. I think it's one of the best 1000 bucks gaming PCs that are driven for Fortnite gaming. So if you want to get into competitive Fortnite and you want to get this like 240 frames per second stable on pubs, or like, get the same experience that, a pro Fortnite player like EVGA, Benji Fishy get on stacked end games, this is the PC for you. And it's an Intel driven gaming PC. I know that Ryzen CPUs gives you like a really good value for money, but the thing is that there isn't like any CPU for $300 on the Ryzen, chipset gives you the same gaming performance on Fortnite Intel CPU gives. So yeah, without wasting any more time, if you like that video, press on that like button and subscribe if you want to see more PC builds of that kind, and let's get to it. For the CPU, looking at the Intel Core i7-10700. Now that's a 10th gen Intel Core i7 CPU. Obviously it's an 8-core 16-threaded CPU. It can turbo all the way over like 4 GHz, I believe somewhere around 4.8 GHz, and it's hands down one of the best gaming CPUs you can get for $300. It's for roughly 310 bucks. So you cannot go wrong with it. It's pretty much the same price as the Ryzen 7 3700X, but it's faster of course when it comes to gaming, and video editing is pretty much the same, and it comes with the included CPU cooler, so you cannot go wrong at all. As for the board, we're looking at the Asrock B460M Pro 4 board. Now that's a micro ATX B460M board that doesn't support them, but it's got all the features we need. It's compatible with the CPU and it gets the job done. Now it doesn't support over 3000 megahertz of RAM, so that's a bit of a downside, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, we still are getting this 240 frames per second locked experience. But if you want to use higher frequency RAM, you can go with the Z490M, the Gigabyte Z490M UD4, I believe, but any of the two options is pretty good. As for the RAM, we're looking at 16 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM at 3200 megahertz. Now you cannot go wrong with that at all. 16 gigs is more than enough for gaming, streaming, video editing, anything you throw at it actually. So yeah, and it's like pretty much the standard nowadays to go with 16 gigs, and 32 gigs is not that needed. So yeah, as for the storage, we're looking at a near 1TB SSD, which is the TeamGroup GX1, I believe, 960GB SSD for $80. And I usually say that's a really good deal because there isn't a lot of SSDs for 80 bucks. You're getting a 1TB SSD that's got that really good boot up times and loading speeds, and you get a lot of storage for only 80 bucks. So you really cannot go wrong at all. It's one of the best deals, and I recommend you get it ASAP. As for the GPU, I'd leave to you two options. You can either go with the RTX 2060 Super for around 400 bucks. It's a really good GPU. It's got ray tracing if you need that, and it's better on Fortnite. And if you are going to stream, it's got that NVIDIA encoder that helps you a lot. Or you can go with the RX 5700 XT for like $30 cheaper, and it's pretty much the same performance when it comes to gaming. But yeah, I'd leave that to you. But in my case, I'd go with the RTX 2060 Super. I really like it. If I'm gonna stream, I would 100% go for that. But yeah, I'd leave that to you. And yeah, both GPUs perform really well at 1080p, 1440p, or even 4K, as you're looking right now at the benchmarks. And you cannot go wrong with like either games than Fortnite, like Red Dead Redemption, for example, I don't know, Hyperscape, the new Horizon Zero Dawn. So yeah, it's a really good PC and a really good GPU for that price. As for the case, we're looking at the Thermaltake case that has 3 RGB fans, and it gets the job done, and it looks really good. It's for $70, and it's got 3 RGB fans included, so that's really good. When it comes to airflow, you cannot go wrong at all. And you can also go with the Cooling Master MB311L or something like that. You pretty much can't go wrong with either options. As for the power supply, we're looking at the EVGA Bronze Certified 600 watt 80 plus power supply. It's for $70, and this PC doesn't consume over 350 watts. So yeah, 600 watts is more than enough, and it's actually more future proof to get another GPU in the future, like an RTX 2080 Super even. You cannot go wrong at all. So that's it for today's video, guys. If you like that video, press on that like button. If you want to see more videos of that kind, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.